Hi there, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build your digital business card within the Pramaze platform. This can be used for networking or simply for your bio link within any of your social media accounts. So when you've made your account, the first thing I would always recommend you to do, and I'm going to assume you've done it, is come down to the bottom here to our Start Here onboarding. Make sure you've gone through that series because what that's going to do is going to help you connect up your domain so you're not using a preview domain, you're using your domain. That's going to keep the branding consistent between your website and your digital business card or any of your funnels. We've also got weekly trainings to check in on that as well. However, right now, when you're ready to start making your digital business card, come up to Sites and then Funnels. And then you're going to press the blue button saying Create New Funnel. You're going to select from templates and press Continue. Within the templates, we've made a specific one for you to start with, which is a great starting off point. So just search for the words Digital Business Card. And you'll see a preview of the digital business card right here, where you can click on the little eye icon. You're going to see some details on how it looks, and then you can continue. Once that's loaded, you'll be brought into our editing area where you can start to edit and make your digital business card your own. Now, what I'm going to show you here is relevant to any of our web builders, whether it's funnels, whether it's websites, whether it's e-com. Every element on the page is created in the same way, so you can use the information in this video to create other websites and other landing pages and other funnels. So what you can see here, I want to kind of get across to you, is that the web page is made up of sections, of rows, and of elements. So what I'm saying is when I move my mouse across, you can see that the orange box highlights when I'm hovered over the image. It moves down to the text here when I'm hovered across the text, and this block of text when I'm over here, or over these icons when my mouse hovers over them. What the hierarchy is, if I press this little plus icon on the top left, you can see you've got sections at the top. So that kind of the overarching sections of your website, whether it's full width, wide, medium, or small, that is basically full width thing, but just how wide do you want the content to be. The rows shows you how many columns, what kind of row you want, and basically how many columns you want in that row. So you can see there you've got an option of a good number of different columns. And then the elements are the actual bits of content that's going to display within the rows and within the sections. So you've got headlines, you've got subtext, paragraphs, bullet list, buttons, forms, lots of things in here. Images, image sliders, FAQs, a photo gallery. You get lots of elements in here. Now we've started you off with this template here because this is simple enough to use and usually enough for what you need as a digital business card. So what's going to happen when I'm hovering across, you can see that the orange box highlights whichever area I'm in. If I simply click it with my mouse, you can see this editable area on the right changes and the orange box stays. So I'm now editing this image. You can see its element name is image, and that's the default. And then you can see everything in here is to do with the image, whether you go from general to the animations or the advanced. Everything in here, I'm now editing the image because that orange box is around it. I clicked on it. If I wanted to edit this text, I would simply move my mouse down here, click on it, and I can see that the orange box is no longer around the picture. It's now on the text. So I can now change all this over here on the right is to do with the text. So I can simply change the text by typing in the box and then clicking away. Or I can, obviously, if I click in there again, I can change the size of the font very simply just by doing that slider, however I want it to look, or simply typing a number in there that I know is working. So if I take that back to something that we know, and at any point, I would say you do have the undo button. If you don't like what you just did, you can press undo at the top right here. And at any point, again, once you've put some work into this, make sure you press save. That's not publishing it. You can see the publish button to the side, but press save, and that's going to save your work so that it's not lost. Okay. So editing the details. Firstly, you want to update your image, I would imagine. So you want to go over here. So click on the image first, and you can see that the orange box is round, and the editing area over the right is about the image now. So you scroll down to get to this bit. So the actual image, the image URL is where that's hosted. So click on that little icon for the image, and it's going to open up your media storage. So your media storage is going to open up all the media content that you've got within your account. You can obviously connect your Google Drive for photos, or you can just simply upload from your computer. Or if you've got it open on your desktop, you can simply drag and drop all the images that you're going to need into the media storage, and it will upload. So you can see they've uploaded, and all I want to do to select my profile image is double click on the one that I want to use. So this one was already the one that was in, but I'm going to double click on this one here. You can see that now updates. Now we've got that set as a circle, and that's because we've come over here and the image radius is a circle. If you prefer it to be square, You can choose no image radius, and it will be the square that you have uploaded, the actual image you've got. You can have rounded corners, or you can have the circle as we've got there. So I quite like the circle, but there we go. So that's how you can change your image there, and you can play about with the rest of the animations or the general text, the general settings to make sure that it does what it needs to do. If you want it clickable, you can change this action down here from none to do something else here. And I'll show you what to do with that later on. To change the background image, obviously we've got this Pramaze backdrop just now. Again, we want to change that image. So again, clicking on the bit behind opens up the first column here. You can see here, we're now on the first column. And you can see here's the BG media, that's the background media here. And again, we're just going to click on this little icon for the image, and that's going to open up our media gallery. And we're going to choose one of the images that is more landscape, because that fits better with these pictures. So you can see there, we've now got that background image sitting there at the top of our profile. If you want to change the background on the right and the left, this is only shown on the desktop for a computer, because on mobile, literally you'll just see this kind of slim line in the middle area. But again, just click on the edges, and again, you will have this option here for the background media of this section. So again, click on that. And what you've got here is, again, you can upload a picture, but sometimes that can get too busy. What you can often do is change from My Media to Backgrounds. And you've got the option of Unsplash and Pixabay as well. But with backgrounds, you can simply choose a pre-made color gradient that might work for you. So say it's green, double click on the green one, and again, there you go. You've got a background that's now green. You've got your picture at the top, and you've got your profile picture here. Hypothetically, if you wanted to move your profile picture higher up or lower down, very, very simple to do there. Again, you're going to come through to this padding, and I'm going to show you how to work that there. So where we click on the background image at the top, we've got it 60 pixels from the top of the page. So the first bit of content that we've got in this area is 60 pixels from the top. So if I click on the 60 and change that to 0, that's going to push the profile image further up. If I change it to 140, it's going to push it way down. So find where's happy for you. Again, for this bit here, just change the 140 back to 60, or whatever works for you. Maybe it's 80, depends on what ratio you've got of this background image and what works for you, what looks aesthetically pleasing. So just find the number that works for you, so you can set that up right there. Obviously, changing your name, I've shown you how to do that. So say, my name is, and you can keep it as that. A short bio introduction about yourself. Again, changing the text is very, very simple. Simply click inside the element and type the text that you want to go on there. Further down, we've now got the call to action buttons here. So the quick call buttons. So again, you're going to click on the image, and on the right hand side, that's where we're going to edit the action that is happening. So scroll down to the bottom. We've got the image action is call. So for this one specifically, we've got the call action already done. So all you need to do is put in your mobile phone number there, or your landline number, and when somebody clicks that button, they're going to call you. Same with the email. So again, when you click on the email icon here, this changes over to that specific icon, and we've got that set up to go for an email address. We've got team@pramaze.com, but you change that to your email address just now. When it comes to WhatsApp, again, we've got the icon here, and I've got this set to go to URL. So WhatsApp is very, very simple to create a URL. You can either come to this, create a WhatsApp link. So it's create.wa.link. And what you do very simply in here, take your number, you take your message, and that will give you a short link that will pre-fill a message to you when somebody clicks that button, which is really, really good if you want to have a specific message saying, I'm on your digital business card and I would like to connect, for example. And you simply put that in there as a website link and it would be done. With a text message, again, we've got the image action being SMS. Just put your mobile number in there. If you've got a location you want to share, then you can find your Google Maps listing or some sort of direction link and put it in there. Very, very simple. If you want any of these to disappear, just hover over it and you'll see this menu just above where you can move it about, you can duplicate, but you can also delete. So say you didn't want to have this icon here for the location. Simply hover over it and then go to the delete icon and it disappears. And that will equally put out what you've got left right there. So there we go. We've got the call to action buttons done. If you want these changed to a different color, then unfortunately we'll need to do that in Canva. Now I've set up a handy little Canva link for that, and that's very simple, to change the color to your branded colors. Save it to your contacts. Now this is a great feature to get people to link and download your VCF file. That's a virtual contact file, which will add you into people's Gmail or Outlook or address book on their device. Fantastic feature. And it's a little bit of setup to get this right, but it's very, very simple. So I'm going to switch over to my phone to show you how to create a VCF file. So the simplest way to make a VCF file is either from Outlook or Gmail on your computer, or even from your phone like this. So I'm going to show you on your phone because this is quite a simple way to do it. So on your phone, create a new contact in any of your address books. You can add a picture if you wish, then add the names, any other details, and anything else you wish to add to the VCF file, whether it's your email, your address, or even things like your website. Once you've added all your details and you're happy with your VCF file as it is, you literally save it. And I'm on an Android device, so it might look slightly different if you're on a different device, but what you want to do here is share it. So I've got this option down here to share the contact. I want to share everything that's in the VCF file, so continue, and I'm going to save that to OneDrive, and then I can access it from my computer. Nice and simple. So from my phone, I uploaded the VCF file into my OneDrive. So that means I've got it accessible online at any point. So all I need to do is make it public by pressing the three dots here and pressing share. Now you can do this in Dropbox, you can do it in Google Drive, and you can just press the settings here to make sure that anyone with the link doesn't require sign-in. You can make it expire, etc., but you don't need to do any of that, I wouldn't say, because if this is something you want to have accessible to people and to be able to basically keep it available in the public domain, apply, and you're going to copy that link. And that's what you're going to make in your digital business card. Going from this button, save me to your contacts. So again, scroll to the bottom, change this URL of the website to your OneDrive link or your Dropbox link or whatever cloud storage you're using, and that's how you'll get it. When people click that button on your digital business card, it's going to download that VCF file, whether on their computer or their mobile phone. The next one is arrange a chat with me, and these are just linked at this point. So you can duplicate, you can change these. So if you get Calendly or you're using our appointment scheduler within Pramaze, you can basically put your link to your calendar right here. Again, you've got text in here. These are just different elements that are already supported. You've got your social media in here. So if you want to edit any of these, you click on the element, and on the right-hand side, you get Facebook. So you press the little pencil icon, it's going to come up with Facebook. You'll put your Facebook URL right there. You put your Instagram URL right there. Make sure it is going to your things, and if you don't need to use it, simply delete it. So if you don't use X, for example, you just press the little trash icon, and that'll disappear that icon. If you want to bring it back, or you've got anything else you want to add in, add the socials, and again, select the social media channel you've got here. You've got Pinterest and WhatsApp and the likes here as well. So make sure you add in all the social medias you want to link to right here. Put the text or context above it if you want. Again, a couple more links. These are just very, very simple links with rounded corners that you can play about with. When you click on that, you can go to advanced and you can play about with how you want that button to look. You've also got things like YouTube videos. So this is an embedded YouTube video. So very, very simply, again, if you wanted to add that in, press add, go to elements, and you've got the video element right here. So you can drag that onto the page. And this is how this starts off. So when I'm clicked on this element, over the right hand side, you can see the video type is YouTube, but you can change that to Vimeo, Wistia, custom embed, or you can even host the video right here in Pramaze if you upload the actual MP3 file. The video URL, you'll simply go to YouTube, find the video you want to embed. If I can do that, the three dots, just press share, comes up with this link at the top here, and press copy. If I take that back to our platform and copy and paste that into there, that's where it puts in. It brings in the thumbnail from YouTube and it's ready to go. We also have layouts like this. You can find these under the elements when you come down here to the image feature. You can drag that in and you can have image feature like that. So when you get it blank like this, it's a very small picture, but then you've got the text to the right hand side. You can edit that element right here by changing the column sizes from text being 80% and image being 20 to being 70-30 or 60-40, etc., or 50-50, all the way to that. Depends how much text you're putting in and what you think looks right for your digital business card. So what I quite like is that, what have I got, 70-30 here. That's quite good. And again, you will just upload your image, you find the area within the editing panel, open up that and put in your image. And then you can change the text simply by typing. So you can duplicate. As I said, when you hover over an item, you get the kind of little menu bar at the top right. You can move it about by simply dragging and dropping. Any element can be dragged and dropped and move above or below anything. You can move that anywhere you want. You can duplicate it by simply pressing the clone icon just beside that moving icon. And again, you can have a whole page worth of this, and then you can simply edit the content. You can delete anything you didn't mean to do just by pressing the trash icon, and just make sure your digital business card is exactly how you want it. But feel free to look through the elements here. Make sure you've included everything that you want. You can add more text, you can add buttons, you can add forms, you can get image sliders and videos and photo galleries. All these things can be added to your digital business card. All I would say is don't overcrowd it. This is meant to be a simple landing page. So once you've got the actual content of the page, I would say jump over to the mobile version to make sure it all sits right and looks correct as well. Now, we've made it very mobile friendly, so it shouldn't take that much time to edit this, but just flip from the desktop mode to mobile mode. You can see it up at the top here. Flip that over and you can see this is what mobile viewers will see. So we can see that with that background image and this profile image, it maybe sits a little bit low. So what I might do is on the mobile version, I'll click on this, click on the background, and I'll scroll up and you see how it's 60 there. I'm going to change that to 20, see how that looks. So that probably looks better to me now. So on the desktop version, it hasn't changed that at all. It's still sitting there at 60 pixels below the top, but on mobile, it's now sitting at 20. So there we go there. You can edit that depending on how deep that top image is for you and how much it works. You can edit the padding. And you can edit the padding on any of it at all, just to make sure it all sits in the space between each element is correct for you. Again, you just scroll down, make sure everything looks correct, make sure everything sits right, all the buttons look right. And at this scenario, so when you get Facebook, Instagram, and all the social media, and it goes on to the next line, what might be good, just to make it look a little neater, is changing the size of the icons. So if we scroll down here, you can see, so I've clicked on the social media icons there. If I scroll down, you can see the image icon size is 30 pixels. So what's probably happened there is that it's maybe just that little bit too big for 6 icons on one row. So I'll maybe change that to 25 and let's see what happens. So 25 is still a little too large. So I'm going to 20 and 20. So there we go. On mobile, that's the size that would be good for it to fit. With the feature image elements, you can see here you've got the image on the left and the text on the right. What happens on a mobile view is actually quite interesting, is that the picture gets blown up to full width, but in a square, and then your text is underneath it. Now it's the image itself that's clickable, and that's the part that will take people to the link if you choose to make any actions there. So the image actions you can see here down the bottom. So on mobile, you've got this way that the feature image lays out, which is quite why I enjoy these buttons for the digital business cards, because this doesn't change at all. But layout wise, this is very interesting. I like having the image big on my mobile phone. It's nice and clickable. If there's anything else you need to add to your digital business card, again, just add elements very, very easily. Just literally drag them onto your digital business card and move them to where you need it to go. So you can grab it with these little 4 arrows in different directions, and you can drag it, move it up, move it down, and have it the way you want it. So before we publish, say we've got all the content correct as it is that we want, let's get into the SEO metadata. Now what this is going to do, this is going to give a preview of what people will find when you share your digital business card on social media, and potentially if it gets found in search engines. So you can see here that the preview is empty. So we want to expand the content, and we're going to put some details in here. So you put your title as you want it, whether it includes your business name or just your name, whether it includes a digital business card or not, entirely your decision. Description, again, is your decision. So there you've got the description. It's a longer area. You can see where you need to keep it under 155 characters. And again, the page title and the page description will give you 3 ticks, fulfill the criteria that is best for search engines. The next is keywords. If you want this page to be found for specific keywords, type them in here, separated by a comma. The author, I would just put your name. This doesn't actually show anywhere. It just shows Google and search engines that the page has an author, which is good. Close that back up. And the social image. This is the one that gets shown when you share the link on social media, whether through Facebook or LinkedIn or even WhatsApp. There's sometimes an image that comes up. So again, you're going to click the icon to the right to find the image within your media gallery. And this will usually be the picture of yourself. That is the highlight that you want to show. And that'll let people see you when you share that out. Links and tags. You can do these things if you wish. This is more for advanced users, but you can do that if you want to look up how to do that. And again, the language is usually set to default English anyway, so you can choose that if you want. At this point, hit Update SEO. If you scroll back up to the top, you will see a preview, SEO preview, of how it will look when you go to social media and you share it in WhatsApp, but also how it might look when it comes out in search engines. So at this point, we're now ready to publish. So you can see here right in the top in the middle that we're currently on one of our preview domains. Okay, so this is not your domain yet. So if you've already connected the domain up to your account, fantastic. You've gone through the Start Now series and you've got your domain linked up to your platform. So what you need to do is click this blue button, Connect Domain. Then you should hopefully see your domain on the drop-down list here. If not, you'll be able to add or edit domains from here as well. And click Save. At this point, you now see the domain is updated to one that you are going to use within your branding. Then all you need to do is publish. So now that we've published your digital business card, you might want to update the actual URL that's come as default. Obviously, before this, where it says pramaze.com, you will have your domain, which is great, but the end might still be the same as what I've got here. So I'm going to show you how to edit that, and I'm going to show you how to add a QR code to your digital business card so people can scan your screen when you're out and about and get your digital business card. So again, now that you've published it, you're going to hit the back button and come back to the main platform. And you can see that your funnel is called Linkaroo Linktree Style Digital Business Card. We can edit all that by coming to Settings here. So clicking on Settings, and then you can edit the path down here as well. Still on the Pramaze domain, you can add a favicon URL as well, which you can get from media storage. Again, it could be your image or whatever you want, and just press Save down the bottom here. Now your funnel is called My Digital Business Card because I renamed it here in Settings. But the funnel step still has the name Linkaroo Digital Business Card. So this is where we can edit that by coming over to Publishing within this funnel step and changing this to, again, just My Digital Business Card. And again, we'll change the step URL to your digital business card URL. And then update step. And the last place I would say let's update the URL is in this little settings here. So you've got the settings for publishing over here, and you've got the settings down here. So you've still got it here. We're going to change that to your Joe Blogs. And My Digital Business Card is the name of the page. I'm going to update that page. So everything points to Joe-Blogs on your domain. So the / is everything that comes after your domain. And there you've got it. So now, when we go over to view the page, it has added on the random number at the end, but you can just delete that number and copy in that entire URL from start to finish, including the HTTPS. So now you can see your digital business card is there under your domain with your name at the end. And you come into the back office, we're going to create a QR code now. So QR codes are still built within sites, but all the way to the right hand side, you've got QR codes over here. So when you press on QR codes, you're going to create a new dynamic QR code. That means you can analyze how many clicks and visits you've had through that QR code. Simply press Create QR Code, give it a name. So when you're creating your QR code, name it with your name and digital business card or something that you can identify it with. If there's more than one person in your team, it's good to have the person's name in there. And again, that's just going to identify who this QR code links to. And you can do a few different things. You can have the QR code linked to a website, a review link, call, text message, or email. We're obviously going to use a website link. This is your link and QR code going to your digital business card. So click on website, scroll down and go to next. You're going to paste in your URL and press next. And that's going to create, again, a first draft of your QR code. And now you can edit this in any way you want. So we want the background color to be red, just because it's there. If you want the dots color to be white, you can do that. At the end of the day, once you're happy with it, you press save. Now I'm going to change this back to the default. And when you're happy with it all, the design and the layout and the colors, just press save. At that point, you'll see your QR code sitting there and you can download that to your device. And on that one step, you're going to come down to edit. We're going to open that back up in the editor. And what some people like to do is one of two things. So you can add an element by pressing the little add icon just underneath the very last item on your digital business card and scroll down to find an image. You can see that's put a nice big image in there waiting for us to put in our QR code. So again, we're going to come over to the right hand side after clicking on that element, click on that, and we're going to upload our QR code that we just downloaded from the platform. Double click and it will appear on our digital business card. So we have it here, and that's one way to show your QR code. Nice and simple. The other way is with a pop-up, which is a way that many other platforms do it. So if you want to copy that and mimic that, then that is absolutely possible. So what I could do here is go to the pop-up. Now the pop-up is found on the top here. If you scroll on to the right hand side, just hover over and you'll see this option here, pop-up settings. When you click on pop-up settings, you will see a pop-up right in the middle of the screen. With nothing in it, this is just one thing that you can have pop up on your display to whenever some action is taken. So again, we're going to add a row, single column, add an element, we're going to add that same image in. So add that image, do exactly the same thing, click on the image, and on the right hand side we're going to change that over to be the QR code that we just uploaded. So exactly the same one, double click on the QR code. If you want to add more text, you can simply put a text element up at the top here and just scan to connect or something to that effect. And again, this will show on your mobile as well as on your desktop, just like that. So how we make this appear, you can press this little X icon once you're ready for that to go away. Or scroll while you're on the pop-up settings, click on the pop-up settings and scroll to the very bottom and you can see when this will appear. So you've got show pop-up on exit, you've got show pop-up on delay, and that means it will show regardless of whether you've clicked anything after how many seconds. Mostly I have this at none. Have this at none and I'll show you how to trigger this happening. So if somebody was to click your profile image, now this is one way that is quite good for actually triggering the pop-up, is click on the element of your profile image, and again scroll to the very bottom. So you've got image actions just now as none at the moment, but all you're going to do is open that up and go to open pop-up. And this can be for any button at all. So if you open this button and you want to change from save me to your contacts to see my QR code, you can again change the text that's on the button to say see my QR code, and you can change it, the action from link to website, which goes out to your Dropbox or your OneDrive or your Google Drive VCF file. You can change that to open pop-up very, very simply. And what that's going to do is simply open the pop-up. So if I was to save and publish this now, then that is now live. So if I was to now click on this link, opens up in a new tab, and again, it automatically puts the random number at the end of the URL. So just delete that off and press return. And again, it's going to open up exactly the same page that's there. But what that does, it'll let you test out if somebody was to click on your profile image that the pop-up appears. So you've got a scan to connect, people can pull out their phones and do that. So again, just check it over, but your digital business card is ready to use, connect, and expand your network. Any questions at all, please do let us know. We're here to help. And if you want a done-for-you service, if you want us to create your digital business card for you, just reach out to us and we can have a conversation around us making your digital business card for you. Thank you.